softball?
Well, certainly we were all glad to have gotten rid of a lot of Republicans, but we are, I think, almost equally disappointed in what has happened since the 2006 elections, but especially with regard to impeachment, and also with regard to the war in Iraq, where we have Democrats just dropping the ball basically over and over again, not doing what needs to be done, which is stop funding the war, and not moving towards impeachment. When we have criminals running the government, we need to get rid of them, and that's why we're here today.
What I'm interested in responding to, but I want you all to talk first. I'm interested in responding to the question about how you hold this administration accountable. I mean, there's nothing more important than that, and I assume that's the agenda we share.
Well,
so
we do share that.
We need to talk about how to do that, the efforts that are underway, and how to make them most effective.
Well, our argument is that the way to hold them accountable is impeachment.
And my argument is that there are various ways to raise constitutional issues and to hold an administration accountable. And impeachment hearings, which admittedly wouldn't result in impeachment, might
we don't accept that.
Well, they might be one way, but there are other ways. But go ahead, please go ahead with
please,
you.
We would actually, I mean, one of the main things, you said this in the August meeting, that you believe that there were ways that the Democratic Congress could hold this administration accountable that were just as effective as impeachment, and we have not seen that. And so we would actually like to ask you, what are some of those things that you and your fellow colleagues are doing to really stop them? Because what we see is an Attorney General who the Democratic Party helped to confirm, despite the fact that he could not say whether waterboarding was torture or not. He has effectively said that he will not enforce contempt citations, he will not look into this, he will not look into wiretapping, he will not look into torture. Effectively, he has tried to take the Congress off the table. And now we know that Nancy Pelosi has asked him to, finally enforce contempt citations, despite the fact that he has already stated explicitly that he will not against Harriet Miers and Josh Bolton.
She didn't just ask you to realize.
But this is how long ago did they just absolutely not listen to the subpoena?
Yes.
The rest of us would be in prison if we ignored a subpoena. And we believe that this is stall tactics. There are other things that the Congress could have done immediately at the time to play hardball. We're sick of the Democratic Party just always being on the defensive instead of taking the offensive, because this administration has showed over and over and over again that they have contempt, I would say contempt, for the opposition party, and that they believe that the Congress is irrelevant. This administration cannot make it more clear that they feel this way, with signing statements, with veto, with everything. And basically, your strongest weapon is impeachment. And we believe very strongly that it was an absolute strategic blunder, if you never even intended to use impeachment. It's a strategic blunder to take your most powerful tool off the table, to let your enemy know, flat out, that the strongest tool we have, the strongest weapon against your lawbreaking, we're not going to even think about it. That gives them a blank check. And the last thing this administration needs is further blank checks.
You're aware that there are battles underway now, intense battles underway now as we speak, that we need help with. Nobody that I know of ever promised complete success in everything that we wanted to do. You know better than to expect that. You know that 40 Republican senators can stop most things. You probably know that we had over 70 filibusters last year. That's about 3 a week. So 40 Republican senators can stop anything. And you know that even if they choose not to filibuster, which they rarely do, but on the matter of Iraq funding, they did one time not filibuster, and then we were vetoed. And we don't have 2/3 to overcome a veto. But these are not just hypotheticals. I mean, these are active battles where we need all hands on deck. For example, it's not just Nancy Pelosi complaining about the contempt of Congress. There was a vote in the Congress about that, right? A very hotly contested vote.
True. But
Let me ask you, did any of you contact members of Congress about the contempt citation vote for
Yes.
Myers and Bell?
Sure.
You did. You were
I've
in
been
touch.
contacting them for more than 6 months about this stuff.
Who did you contact?
Burr, Dole, you, Pelosi, Conyers.
Did all of you do that?
Yes.
Yeah, I call them up all the time. I call them up all the
We were
time.
especially encouraged by the vote of the North Carolina delegation, which, as you know, was overwhelming in support of income citation. It was an 8-to-1 vote, solidarity among the seven.
All right, so
Yeah, we
you
support
realize
that
we're
stuff
not
all
just
the
wringing
time.
our hands about this. We
No,
pushed it to a vote.
but the most powerful tool in the contempt issue has been ignored, which is inherent contempt. And by not using the really strong tool that you have right there available, the Congress has basically again abrogated its responsibility.
So you're saying we shouldn't be pushing votes on contempt of Congress?
No, I'd say we
Everything
should push a vote on
we
contempt
should-
of Congress and have it be inherent contempt, so that you're not dependent upon the criminal Mukasey to go out and enforce the law, which he's refusing to do,
That he wouldn't do.
and which he's already said he will not do. So basically, violating the law just with that statement.
Look, we agree on that, but are you
In-
saying,
in America,
all right, so that's one issue. Let me turn to FISA. You're aware that's a desperate fight right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you been in touch with
Absolutely.
members of Congress about FISA?
Numbers of times.
Yes.
I've
You
called.
understand that that's are you,
You're talking about the telecom immunity issue.
Of course.
well, not just telecom immunity, but the whole conditions under which
The
surveillance
whole,
can take place.
the whole thing is, as far as I'm
The
concerned,
FISA
is
court.
a violation of the Constitution.
Okay, so